Hi everybody, and welcome to video 5 in our French Florals series. We're using a kit by Chapter 1 Papers called French Florals, and I also have the add-on kit which gives me a lot more ephemera. And we're going to call this our French Florals Tall. It's not really slim. So yeah, so you guys saw last time where I'd added the charm and stuff, and we did this page. And now we're going to actually flip all the way back and do this page right here. Take my hand warmers off. We've already cut the paper and inked it. Then I got to the little double belly band deal and realized I needed to ink it. So what I did was I inked this completely, which I think looks pretty. The whole template, of course, fit over this, so I could do it without starting over. Then we've got this for our writing paper, this for our cover, and then we're going to glue it on as a belly band. Nice and easy. Easy peasy. So let's do our cover. Thought we had this figured out. I guess it was this way. Let's put this away for right now. The reason I put the magnet on the cover, and we're going to put the magnet on the back of here, is because of this here. I didn't want to put a magnet with a circle on it in the middle of our design, so I just put it on the cover. And it will still hold it shut because we're just putting a piece of writing paper in there, which is coffee dyed paper is all. So all we have to do for this is measure this, leaving lots of room for our stencil or our stencil work, but still leaving enough room to cover our magnet. Should have moved the magnet up a little bit. It will still hold it shut, don't worry. This isn't like paper, it's a manila folder, so it's sturdier and it will hold it down better. Even up here, this end won't pop up. All right, let's try that again. So we're going to measure from here. I'm going to show that bit of the stencil right there. And we're going to go down to about here, which is a little bit shorter than we were going to do. And we're not going to do anything to the width. And we're going to save the rest of this piece for something else. Okay? Lots of tall, skinny scraps. Okay, so let's ink this. Now, I'm thinking about, I think I'm going to round the corners on this, so it doesn't just look like something we slapped on the page. Looks like something we made a little bit of effort. Oh, we have to ink everything. Around the edges, I didn't do that. We have to ink this too. And we're going to need to round the corners of this at the bottom. So I'll ink this. Then we'll have to ink our writing paper when we get that put in. Which actually would have been the same size as this before I rounded the corners. Would have been easy to cut it out. So like I said, this book or this journal or folio, we're kind of highlighting our stenciling and our stamping. There's not going to be enough room, I don't think, on this paper to stamp it. So we won't. We could stamp across the top of the paper so that it isn't just plain. I am expecting a possible phone call. So if that's the case, then I'll put you guys on hold and then come back. So if you hear my phone ring, don't freak out. Okay, so we'll do that. This on here. And we have this. Now we need to make our writing paper. And this will be a good way. This is 32-pound paper. Not typing paper or thin typing paper. So we can flip this over and not see through it. So that'll be a good way to use up this page that has these marks on it. Yep, that are pen, I believe. I apologize. I have been having trouble with my throat for the last couple days. Let's do it this wide. And we'll do it this long. And then we'll see what we've got. pretty sure it was this one and not this one. That one would give us a little bit more writing room though, wouldn't it? No, they're exactly the same size. Okay. So we pretty much cut that into thirds. Okay, let's round the corners on this. I should just leave this out. I'm just twisting back and forth behind me. To grab it up every time. Inking the wrong side. I'm thinking we could stamp a little bit across the top. I went a little far on that. There we go. Looks good. I don't particularly care for this 32-pound paper. It doesn't take the coffee dye very well when you spray it. It might when you soak it. I don't know. I have to spray mine due to my size limitations in my apartment. I can do 8 pieces at a time. Yeah, that looks good. Then we've got just our stenciling at the top. Then we're going to glue this on as a belly band. Then we're going to put a magnet on the back. Okay. So we're going to glue this on. I'm just going to go across the straight part and then across the whole top up here. Okay, let's put our magnet on the back. I think that looks nice. Get our book out. Glue this all the way back here at page 9, which is the biggest one of our flaps. Yeah, see, that'll look good. And then when we flip up the belly band, we have the writing area, and it's got the stenciling on it, but not the same stencil as, no, it is the same stencil as that one. Ah, oh well. I chose it because it had the 2 flowers that I could fit on there with a little bit of writing. Anyway. Glue this on. Now on this part, we're going to glue the rounded edge all the way over, not straight, and just straight into the corner. Stuck my finger in that. Remember, we chose to go straight up against the stenciling. So that we have more room. It's cool. Not so sure that this looks like leaves anymore. It almost looks like tiger stripes. I don't know, maybe I should have chosen a smaller pattern. I may go ahead and leave this like this, and I have an idea for right here. Let's see. Oh, this would work perfect. It's not going to be a regular belly band. Let's paper clip this here. And that way we don't have to use a backing paper. Okay, so we've got that. I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to do page 3. And I thought, let's get rid of some of these cards that I have, and let's do a stacked envelope, not a stuffed envelope. Well, it's going to be kind of stuffed, but I'm not going to, or maybe I will. I'll just hand make a card that's big enough to fit all the way down. So now this is going to be our paper, so we need to cut it and fit it to the page first. We're going to do this by the bottom because we have, oh, I made this card for the pocket, the big pocket. I made this big giant card that goes in here. Okay, it does go in there, I promise you. And so let's measure this, but we have to measure it from here, not from, you know, here. So let's bring it in. Let's cut the width and then we'll cut the height. Oh no, we don't need to cut the height. I'm going to round this corner and this corner. Okay. So But we're going to ink this so we don't forget. Great big paper. Really blends into the background without it being inked too. We're going to put 3 big pockets right down the center. They may even reach side to side, I'm not sure. This is going to be our top pocket. Because it doesn't have a lot going on, but we can still have a little bit of the flowers, you know. So this is going to be our top pocket. This is going to be our middle pocket. I'm going to have to trim these to make sure they're the same size. And this is going to be our bottom pocket. So what I need to do is we may need to glue them together and then trim them, because the difference is only about a 1/16 of an inch. If I cut one, then I'm going to have to cut the other ones. You know what I mean? So we're going to make big pockets. Well, oh, we have to cut it down to the width of the paper. So let's do that. And we're going to glue them from side to side. It's going to be right here. That'll give us pockets all the same width. I think this will be a nice bottom pocket. We can make the next 2 pockets smaller. So let's cut this one. Now normally I would put some other kind of pocket at the bottom, you know, some smaller pocket, but I think we're just going to leave this one something to look at. And I think we might put it down far enough that we need to, if we rounded the corner, we could put it all the way down and then put the next pocket and that one like that. We would have to cut this one off here. And we would end up rounding the corners of these 2, the corner, and then glue the whole thing on as a pocket. It's going to be awfully tall, so I'm going to need to bring these down a little bit. Yeah, that's better. So let's make a mark here and a mark here. That's where you want the tops of the pockets to be. Let's cut this one off. And that will actually make all three the same length, I believe. I might want to cut it just a smidge shorter. I think I'm going to cut that little bit of white off the bottom of here. Let me do that before we start looking at stuff. Let's see if the paper round, the corner rounder will round all three at the same time. Don't think it will. Ah, and there it did. Okay. So let's glue this one to this one. Let's ink them. And we're going to have to ink them all the way around because the sides are going to show. And it doesn't matter that there's a little bit of white on the bottom of this one because the other ones are going to be layered right on top of it. Yeah, we're going to have to hand make cards for all of these. We're not going to have any tags big enough. Even stuffing the pocket, I don't believe is going to help us out on this bottom one. A little bit of white there that I needed to cover up. Okay, let's take this pocket and glue it to this pocket. You could have made this pocket shorter and just glued it by the sides. But this is just an alternative way to do it. So I thought I'd show it to you. Versus making this pocket smaller and not gluing the bottom so that the card could pass all the way through. This is an alternate way of doing it. It does use up more paper. Just stuck my finger in the glue twice. Alright, that makes 3 times. Alright, get Get that lined up. I opened up a Smile this morning. That's what Honey Bun says on their box. Open up a Smile. About 3 o'clock this morning, but it's 6 o'clock and now my stomach is growling and I'm thinking I might open up a Smiley box of cornflakes and then put some just granola in it, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's just the granola part of a cereal. You can eat it by yourself or by itself. You can always eat it by yourself. You can eat it by itself, but I wouldn't really recommend it unless you eat it just by hand like you would trail mix or something, which I never thought of that. Okay, now the corner rounder did not quite catch the corners all the way on the bottom two, so I've had to adjust by sliding this pocket, the top pocket, down so that it covered the corner of the other two pockets. Now we're going to take this, and we're going to make a great big old pocket. This is a good page for those of you just starting out, apparently like me, because I can't glue. Oh, I have to go have that test done for carpal tunnel where they stick the needles in and then zap you. Looks like it's a little short on this one side. Wonder if I can make it look even. There we go. Like we did it on purpose. Bring it down just a smidge to cover the page curve. Now we're going to glue this on as a giant pocket. Oh no, no we're not. This is the page paper. We're going to glue this on as a big giant paper. Did I? Oh, look at that mess. Okay. What a big giant mess I just made. I didn't think I touched the paper to the glass until I did. I was like, did we glue the magnet on the back? And I realized we didn't need a magnet on the back of this one. I think we could have actually made this a little bit shorter somehow. This is longer. Okay, so this is a pocket, this is a pocket, this is a pocket. Probably could have made this a gusseted pocket. So now we're on page 4. I didn't realize, I forgot about us doing pockets on the page before. I was going to do a big giant pocket on this page. Maybe we should do it back here on this page. Giant pocket. Or actually corner tuck spot, but basically a pocket. Let's go ahead and put it back here. Cut this little bit of white on. Well, we'll turn the paper upside down. It's not going to work. I need to trim that white off the top. Oh, that's why that other page looks a little shorter. Because it is. By a smidge. Let's see if that's narrow enough to see. Stenciling, and then we're going to have to round the top and bottom on the right hand side corners of the paper. And we'll take this, and we're not going to go all the way to the edge with it. We're going to go about here, and we'll go about this high. Smidge of white off. That looks good, and then we'll round this corner. Corner rounder's getting a workout. I need to empty it. For some reason, all of the little papers are here instead of in the center. My little flip up broke off. Too bad this isn't a Fiskars. I could get another one for free. They have a 100% warranty for the lifetime of their equipment. And we're going to need to make a great big card for this one. We're just going to glue these two straight sides. Knot up the side, make it a pocket. And we're going to line it up at this corner. And we'll just glue this big page on. And we'll put some ephemera on it. We have a little bit, not a whole lot. We have more tags than anything. Or cards, actually. I kind of have an idea, now that I think about it, for this. Instead of just having that big space. Oh, I don't know though. If I printed out the same page again. Okay, so we've gotten 3 pages done. So we're going to go ahead and leave it at that. We've been 45 minutes, so we're going to go ahead and stop there. And if I'd have thought about it, I would have put a magnet underneath that and a magnet on the back side, and that would have held that corner down and also helped to hold the card in. So yeah, I probably have time to take the page off and do it, and I might give it a whirl, but I might not. So anyway, that's going to be it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video. That will be just a second for you, because you can just switch right over to the next one, and a day for me to record. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye-bye.